We welcome Matt Holliday to the program. Seven-time All-Star, former batting champ Matt Holliday. Matty, good to see you, man. Back in the game, huh? Back out there for all 162. Congratulations on this.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm excited. Obviously, getting a chance to join the Cardinals organization is something I'm really excited about. And Ollie's one of my close friends, and to get spend another 162 with Adam Wainwright before he rides off into the sunset is something I'm excited about. So it's exciting. It's going to be obviously a big change from what I've been doing as far as being at home every night, but we'll make it work, and excited to get back out there.
Now, the institutions of college are supposed to be for higher learning. Can you take anything maybe that you learned from Oklahoma State into what you're going to be doing now?
Yeah, I mean, I think coaching people and coaching young players and learning how to coach and coach different personalities and coach guys that learn differently, I think has been good for me. I think, coaching 18 to 22-year-olds and helping them understand what it takes to play at the major league level and to succeed, I think is going to be helpful for me. Obviously, it's going to be look a little different, but I feel like learning how to coach and learning how to relate to people and learning how to pass along a message in different ways has been helpful. And so I'm excited to see how that might translate and if any of it does. And looking forward to get down to spring training and find out where I can maybe contribute and what that looks like as a bench coach.
Now, you talked about relating to people, so I'm going to spin that into, because you were with your brother at Oklahoma State. I know something about kind of getting along or working with my brother at various times. How much were you guys always on the same page? Because I would assume it's high, but I also would assume that you weren't on the same page necessarily 100% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's an element of challenging each other on different things, constantly in communication about things that we see or hitting or offensive philosophies or executing plays and what that might look like and how to come up with a plan to help these young guys understand what good offense is like. And so we agree on almost everything like you talk about. But it was fun to challenge each other on certain beliefs that we might have and what that looks like maybe in a pro game compared to a college game and the execution that it takes to win. And so it's been a blast working with Josh and getting to pick his brain and getting a chance to be part of the Oklahoma State baseball program. I just felt like this was a chance that was too good to pass up and see what this looks like for me as far as getting back into the major league coaching side. But I loved coaching with my brother and coaching at Oklahoma State. I absolutely loved the kids. My favorite part was just getting a chance to be part of their lives on a day-to-day basis, as that most of them are coming away from home for the first time or trying to learn who they are as men, as an 18-year-old and trying to figure out what that looks like between 18 and 22. So I've had an absolute blast, but I'm excited about the next challenge as well.
Matt, I know people always want to ask you about, your thoughts on Yachty hanging it up, your thought on Albert's fantastic finish among your teammates in St. Louis. But I want to ask you about another guy who's kind of gone the same way you did as far as a path. Great years in St. Louis and then has a resurgent season with the Yankees, gets hurt down the stretch. This was you in 2017, leaving the Cardinals and having a big start to the season in New York. And that's Matt Carpenter this year. What did you think of when you saw the way Carp responded to the short porch at Yankee Stadium this season?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was a little concerned about him having to shave his face. So I was pleased that he left the mustache and it sort of took off. And it was fun to watch. I mean, I think that, you root for your friends, especially hard. And, we got a chance to work out a little bit in the winter. We got a chance to talk about some mechanical issues that seem to have gotten him off path a little bit. And then for him to go into New York and kind of out of nowhere, he was basically sitting on the couch and got a call and he's in the starting lineup against the Rays like a day later. And so the way that he responded and the month and a half that he put together before, unfortunately, he broke his foot, was so fun to watch. Must-see TV, you know, and the way the mustache took off. I even have a T-shirt of the Luigi character, Matty Mustache, that I like to frequently wear now. And so just thrilled for him, hoping that the Yankees, you know, bring him back. I think the ballpark fits. I think his personality, I think where he's at in his career, a left-hand hitter in that ballpark. I'm hoping that he gets another year there and continue to do what he was doing before he got hurt.
And Matt, you talked about some of his mechanical issues, and you were talking about hitting. So my question is, you're now the bench coach in St. Louis. You know, and no disrespect to you, but when I think of Matt Holliday, I think about the dude standing at home plate doing some damage. Where is the lane? Where is the divide maybe from your bench coach responsibilities and also being able to lend a hand or two to the offensive side? And how do you think that dynamic's going to play out?
Well, we've yet to kind of get into the details of that. But as Ollie and I talked about this position, obviously, you know, offensive, you know, strategy or offensive, you know, hitting is, you know, something that I have a real passion about. I'm also excited about learning a lot of the other things that go into being a manager and a bench coach. So, but I think, as you talked about, I think that I will get a chance to at least be involved in the hitting and the offensive side of the ball. And like as far as structure-wise and what that might look like, we haven't really got into that. But I think as a staff and as, you know, when you look at yourself and what you bring to the table to a coaching staff, whatever your title is, I'm hoping to add to the group. I'm hoping to add something to the team, to the coaching staff, and whatever that looks like, I'm all for it. And so I think we'll figure that out as we go. But I do think, as you talk about, like, hitting is my passion, and I love to talk about the mechanics of hitting, the mindset of hitting, all those things. But you also have a hitting coach and you have an assistant hitting coach. And so you're mindful that you want to make sure the message is all on the same page. And so I think as we get closer to spring training and into spring training and talking about what that might look like as my role is something that I'm excited about. And so I think we'll get there. I don't think we haven't talked about it yet, what that exactly looks like, but you're right. I think that's something that I hope to contribute to.
Certainly more coaches in uniform now than in your first years with the Cardinals. Certainly younger coaches and managers. Ollie's only, what, 36, and in your early 40s, Matt. So changing of the guard. It's really cool to see you back in uniform. We're looking forward to seeing you in camp. Way to go. And we appreciate the time today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Always good to talk to you guys.
Matt Holliday joining us. New Cardinals bench coach, Matt Holliday.